Hello students, let's start with part 3 explanation of the poem to a Skylark. For part 1 and 2, click on the links given in the description box. Stanza 11 of the poem. Like a rose embowered in its own green leaves, as a rose is embowered, is surrounded in its own green leaves by warm winds deflowered, and when the wind blows, it deflowers that rose till the scent it gives. Although the rose is deflowered, but the fragrance keeps on coming, makes faint with too much sweet those heavy winged thieves. Heavy winged thieves are wind, and that fragrance is filled within the air around. The poet is comparing the bird to the rose. As rose spreads its fragrance in the air, similarly the music of the bird has filled the air. Stanza 12. Sound of vernal showers on the twinkling grass, rain awakened flowers, all that ever was, joyous and clear and fresh, thy music doth surpass. The poet is comparing the music of the bird with the vernal showers, vernal of spring season, showers rain. When it rains in the spring season, there is sound of that rain, and it seems that even the grass is twinkling. Rain awakened flowers. It seems that the rain is awakening the flowers. All that ever was, joyous, clear, fresh. And everything seems to be so joyful, clear, fresh. Thy music doth surpass. Although it is all very beautiful, but when I compare all this with the music of Skylark, with your music is surpassing all this. Means your music is greater than all this. Stanza 13. Teach us, sprite or bird, what sweet thoughts are thine? I have never heard praise of love or wine that panted forth a flood of rapture so divine. The poet is asking bird to become his teacher. He says, teach us. You are a spirit or you are a bird. What sweet thoughts are thine? What are your sweet thoughts which are giving you such an inspiration that your music is filled with so much joy and happiness? I have never heard praise of love or wine. I have listened to many songs. There are songs which are filled with praise of love and praise of wine. That panted forth a flood of rapture so divine. But your songs are, they have panted forth, they have brought forward a flood of rapture, a flood of joy that is so divine, that is so pure. Your music is pure than the music of human beings. Stanza 14. Chorus hymeneal or triumphal chant, matched with thine, would be all but an empty want. A thing wherein we feel there is some hidden want. Again, the poet is comparing the music of bird with the music of humans. He says we also have happy songs. Our happy songs are chorus hymeneal. Hymeneal means marriage. Marriage songs are happy songs, or triumphal chant. Chant again song, triumphal of victory. Victory songs are full of happiness. Matched with thine, but when they are compared with you, thine, your music, your songs, would be all but an empty want. It will seem that our praise for our music is just empty. It is empty want, because our music is nothing in front of you. A thing wherein we feel there is some hidden want. We feel that there is some hidden want, hidden desire in our songs. Your songs are filled with happiness, they are complete. Stanza 15. What objects are the fountains of thy happy strain? What fields or waves or mountains? What shapes of sky or plain? What love of thine own kind? What ignorance of pain? The poet asks, what is the source of this happiness in your songs? What are the objects of this happiness? What fields or waves or mountains? What kind of fields or waves or mountains or shapes in the sky or shapes on the ground? or love of your own kind, or your ignorance of pain. You don't know any kind of pain that has filled your songs with such happiness. Tell us, what is the object, what is the source of your happy strain, of the happiness, of the joy of your music? Stanza 16. With thy clear keen joyance, languor cannot be, shadow of annoyance never came near thee. Thou lovest, but never knew love's sad satiety. Again, he is saying he is just wants to know the reason of happiness in the bird songs. He says, thy clear keen joyance, your happiness, languor cannot be. Tiredness could never come near you, shadow of annoyance, irritation. There cannot be any shadow of irritation around you. Thou lovest, you loved, but never knew love's sad satiety. But you never knew about sad side of love. That's why your songs are full of happiness only. Stanza 17. Waking or asleep, thou of death must deem things more true and deep than we mortals dream. Or how could thy notes flow in such a crystal stream? He says even death would have to think, deem, whether you are waking or asleep. Things more true and deep than we mortals dream. You know better than humans. We humans even can't dream about those things which you know. Or how could thy notes flow in such a crystal stream? Otherwise, how is it possible that your music is so clear? It is so melodious. Stanza 18. We look before and after and pine for what is not. Our sincerest laughter with some pain is fraught. Our sweetest songs are those that tell of saddest thought. He says, we humans look before and after. We don't live in present. We always keep on thinking about past, before or after or future, and pine for, desire for what is not. We keep on thinking about those things which we don't have. Our sincerest laughter with some pain is fraught. If we are happy, even then our laughter is filled with pain. Fraught is filled with. Our sweetest songs are those that tell of saddest thought. This is a very famous line of Shelley. He says our sweetest songs are those which are sad songs, which are telling us about our sad feelings. Stanza 19. Yet if we could scorn hate and pride and fear, if we were things born not to shed a tear, I know not how thy joy we ever should come near. He says, if we were able to keep away hate, pride, and fear, if we could scorn them, if we could hate all these negative feelings, if we were things born not to shed a tear, if we had not shedding tears, if we were not crying or weeping, I know not how the joy we ever should come near. Even then, I don't know how would be able to come at your level of happiness. So your happiness is supreme than the happiness of humans. Stanza 20. Better than all measures of delightful sound, better than all treasures that in books are found, thy skill to poet were, thou scorner of the ground. Again, he is comparing the music of the bird. He says, your music is better than all the sounds which are present in this world, all the happy sounds. Better than all treasures that in books are found. We know books are the treasure of knowledge, but your songs are better than all those treasures also. Thy skill to poet were, thou scorner of the ground. And your skills are better than the poet also. You are the hater of the ground. You don't like to live on the ground, but you keep on flying in the air. Stanza 21. Teach me half the gladness that thy brain must know. Such harmonious madness from my lips would flow. The world should listen then, as I am listening now. He is asking the bird to become his teacher, his source of inspiration. He says, teach me half of your happiness, gladness, that thy brain must know, that you know. Such harmonious madness from my lips would flow. When you will teach me, then from my lips, means from my songs, would come such happiness, such madness also. The world should listen then, and then world would experience that kind of happiness as I am listening now. as I am experiencing after listening to your music. So students, this is the explanation of the poem in the part 3. For part 1 and 2 of the video, click on the links given in the description box. Thank you.